Did you know that a popular animated show predicted the future? Yes, we're talking about The Simpsons. Ever since its debut in the late 1980s, The Simpsons has been a cornerstone of pop culture, not just for its comedic prowess, but for something quite unexpected: its uncanny knack for predicting future events. Over the years, this iconic show has made headlines with its prophetic episodes that seem to foresee real-world happenings, often with eerie accuracy. From the world of politics to technological advancements and even global health crises, The Simpsons seems to have a crystal ball hidden somewhere in the writer's room. Amidst the laughter and the satire, the show has predicted events that were, at the time, considered far-fetched or even absurd. Yet, as time passed, these outrageous scenarios started unfolding in reality, leaving viewers worldwide astounded. Consider, for example, the episode from the late 90s where the show foretold the invention of smartwatches, a technology that wouldn't come to fruition until almost 2 decades later. Or the episode where they predicted a global pandemic and the subsequent rise of murder hornets, years before these events shook the world in real life. And let's not forget the episode where Lisa Simpson, as the future president, references the previous administration of Donald Trump, an episode that aired a full 16 years before Trump was actually elected to the office. But what's the secret behind these prophetic episodes? Is it pure coincidence, or is there something more at play? Could it be that the writers of The Simpsons are so tuned in to the zeitgeist that they can anticipate the trajectory of society's trends and events? Or is it simply a case of throwing enough darts at the board and eventually hitting the bullseye? These questions have intrigued and baffled fans, critics, and conspiracy theorists alike, making The Simpsons a fascinating study beyond its status as an entertainment juggernaut. Now, let's dive into these predictions, starting from the earliest. In the year 2000, The Simpsons aired an episode where they predicted a Trump presidency 16 years before it actually happened. The episode in question is titled Bart to the Future. It's a fascinating glimpse into the show's vision of the future, where Lisa Simpson, Bart's younger sister, assumes the role of President of the United States. But before she takes the oath of office, we learn that her predecessor was none other than Donald Trump. In this episode, the United States is portrayed in a state of economic decline. It's a rather grim picture, with the country burdened by debt, and it's up to President Lisa Simpson to restore the nation's former glory. If we fast forward to real events, this representation of the country's economy under Trump's administration had striking similarities. Now, you might be wondering, how could the writers of The Simpsons have possibly made such a prediction? The answer lies in the show's knack for satire and social commentary. The Simpsons has always had a finger on the pulse of American culture, often using humor to critique and reflect on current events. In the case of the Trump presidency prediction, the writers may have simply been riffing on the idea of celebrity politicians, a concept that was far from unheard of even back in 2000. It's also worth noting that Trump had shown interest in running for president as early as the 1980s. So while it may seem like the Simpsons writers were clairvoyant, they were perhaps just tuned into the cultural zeitgeist. But what's truly astonishing is the level of detail in this prediction. It's not just that they foresaw a Trump presidency, but they also accurately depicted the state of the country under his leadership. It's a testament to the sharp wit and keen observational skills of the Simpsons writing team. While the Trump prediction is one of the most famous, it's not the only one The Simpsons got right. Before Apple made it a reality, The Simpsons had already envisioned the use of smartwatches. Now, let's rewind to the year 1995. The Simpsons, in their 6th season, aired an episode titled Lisa's Wedding. This particular episode was a crystal ball, showcasing technology that was far beyond its time. One of the key highlights was a character using a watch as a phone. Yes, you heard it right, a watch that doubles as a phone. It was quite a surreal concept back in the mid-90s, when mobile phones were just starting to become a part of our lives, and wristwatches were simply meant to tell time. But The Simpsons, with their uncanny knack for predictions, presented this futuristic idea with such nonchalance that it seemed almost ordinary. Fast forward to the present day, and voila, we have smartwatches. These tiny devices strapped around our wrists are not only capable of telling time, but also allow us to make calls, send messages, track our health, control our music, and much more. The Simpsons predicted this technological marvel a full 2 decades before it became a reality. The advent of smartwatches has truly revolutionized our lives. From keeping us connected to the world to helping us maintain our health, these devices have become an integral part of our daily lives. We can now monitor our heart rate, keep track of our daily steps, and even get reminders to stand up or hydrate. All of this right on our wrists. Isn't it fascinating how a simple cartoon could predict such a significant technological advancement? The Simpsons didn't just predict smartwatches, they showcased the impact this technology would have on society, how it would alter our lifestyle, and how it would become a staple in our daily routine. The foresight of the creators of The Simpsons is truly remarkable. They have managed to predict several significant events and advancements, making us wonder if there's a crystal ball hidden somewhere in their writer's room. From politics to technology, The Simpsons seems to cover all bases. But what about public health? In a twist of events, The Simpsons even predicted 2 major events of 2020, a global pandemic and an invasion of murder hornets. Yes, you heard it right. The animated juggernaut, known for its uncanny future predictions, seems to have had a crystal ball into the tumultuous year of 2020. Let's rewind to the 1993 episode, Marge in Chains. This episode eerily mirrors the COVID-19 pandemic that rocked the globe in 2020. In the episode, a factory worker in Japan sneezes into a package destined for Springfield, spreading the Osaka flu. The town's residents, much like the world in 2020, fall into a panic with a run on the local grocery store and a frenzied search for a cure. The parallels are uncanny, aren't they? A flu from Asia causing global mayhem, eerily similar to the real-life pandemic that originated from Wuhan, China. But the predictions don't stop there. Fast forward to the 1995 episode Bart's Comet, where Springfield is invaded by killer bees. This event mirrors the real-world invasion of murder hornets in North America in 2020. In the episode, the town is terrorized by a swarm of bees, causing havoc and panic amongst its residents. In 2020, North America faced a similar crisis with the invasion of the Asian giant hornet, colloquially known as the murder hornet, which posed a significant threat to the honeybee population. So, here we have The Simpsons, an animated sitcom predicting 2 major events that would occur 25 to 27 years in the future. It's almost as if the creators had a time machine or a crystal ball, or perhaps it's just a case of life imitating art in the most peculiar way. As we can see, The Simpsons' predictions span various aspects of life. But what does this mean? The Simpsons' predictions have left many of us in awe, but what does it all mean? It's a question that's been bouncing around in our heads like a ping-pong ball, isn't it? We've been on quite a journey today, traversing through the uncanny world of The Simpsons and their eerily accurate predictions. From foreseeing the Trump presidency to the advent of smartwatches and even the global pandemic coupled with murder hornets, Springfield's favourite family seems to have an uncanny knack for seeing into the future. But let's take a step back for a moment. Is it all just a series of wild coincidences? After all, with over 700 episodes spanning more than 3 decades, it's not entirely implausible that the writers would occasionally hit the nail on the head. Yet, dismissing it all as mere coincidence seems a touch dismissive. It's hard to ignore the genius of the writers who, with their sharp wit and societal commentary, have crafted narratives that not only entertain, but also make us think. They've created a show that holds a mirror up to society, often with a satirical twist. And it's in this reflection that we sometimes see glimpses of what's to come. And what of the cultural impact of The Simpsons? It's undeniable. The show has woven itself into the fabric of our pop culture, influencing our language, our memes, and our worldview. In a strange twist, the predictions themselves have become a part of this cultural fabric, sparking debates, theories, and countless internet rabbit holes. So what does it all mean? Well, maybe it's a testament to the genius of the writers, a series of fortunate coincidences, or perhaps it's a reflection of the show's profound cultural impact. Whether it's coincidence or prophetic insight, one thing is certain. The Simpsons will continue to entertain and maybe, just maybe, predict our future.